Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and I am recording this about the time usually Raw goes off the air in the States. So it's about almost 11 o'clock. And I gotta say, it's a bit weird watching Raw in the afternoon, but it it was a good show. Now I did do a live stream of it, so if you did watch it, I thank you for it. And I want to talk about John Cena's heel turn because I thought his promo was great. And the way that Cena cut his promo, I, it's funny being a NASCAR fan. There's always that clip of Dale Earnhardt Sr. winning the Daytona 500. And the commentary is 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. And he finally won the Daytona 500. And I feel like when I listen to John Cena do that promo tonight, and you go back to the rumors, and not just rumors, John Cena confirmed himself that he wanted to turn heel around 2012. That you could tell that this was like years of frustration that John Cena was finally able to let out. Like, all those years that Vince said, no, we can't turn heel, you can't turn heel, you gotta do all these make a wish stuff, you gotta do it for the kids. And for Cena to go out there and just let out all this frustration, say, we don't matter no more, he's breaking up with us, it's over. Like, he was sick of the you can't see me jokes. And I mean, again, we had the Miz girl back in 2011 when the Miz won the WWE Championship, but tonight, or I guess earlier today, in Belgium, we now have the Cena kid because they pan to this kid in the crowd, and man, like I know this kid was probably too young to have not seen babyface John Cena, but it felt like for just a frustration of John Cena finally being able to finally be a heel, finally tell the fans off. Like for years, we hated him because of the booking. Now, obviously, look, he's not in charge of the booking. Vince just overpushed him. He just had him win too much, and Vince kind of repeated the same process with Roman Reigns. And that's kind of what made the acknowledge me when Roman Reigns started the bloodline and he started going around saying, acknowledge me. It worked. So it worked because Roman Reigns was technically refused to be acknowledged by the fans. The fans hated Roman Reigns the same way they hated John Cena. I want to talk about the other times that John Cena could have turned heel. I came up with like three scenarios. So I want you guys to comment below. When do you think John Cena should have turned heel? Comment below, and again, as always, hit that like and subscribe button, as I do produce weekly wrestling content here on this channel, and I will be live streaming SmackDown, which will be in Italy, and we do have confirmation that Seth Rollins will be there to confront CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman against Jacob Fatu, Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill, a jam-packed SmackDown. So make sure you do join me for the live stream of SmackDown, and I will be live streaming Raw from Glasgow, Scotland next Monday. So John Cena's heel turn. That's something that we all have talked about for years. And let's get the most obvious one out of the way here, and this was just kind of anytime John Cena could have turned heel by ending the Undertaker streak. And this probably would have worked around probably 2012, 2013-ish, maybe 2010. I don't know, somewhere around that window. where John Cena would have cheated to break the Undertaker's streak, beat the Undertaker. And again, you go back to Roman Reigns versus the Undertaker from WrestleMania 33, and the heat that Roman Reigns got for beating the Undertaker, and the fact that the fans just did not let him speak. And the only thing he could get out was, "This is my yard now." That was it, because the crowd in Orlando on the Raw after Mania just did not want to hear anything from Roman after he beat The Undertaker. This was still kind of the Vince shove Roman Reigns down the fans' throat. And so, again, you know, just imagine if this was Cena. And I think that's kind of what the fans we've seen from Roman Reigns as a tribal chief is, that we've always kind of envisioned Cena as a heel going on a tribal chief or whatever version of that would be for John Cena type of run as a heel. And him doing that as a way to, after beating the streak, would have been interesting, would have been amazing. Now, do I think probably under Vince would they have really capitalized on it the way they did with Brock Lesnar? I don't know. I'm not too sure, because it just really depends on when you have it happen. Is kind of when it's kind of like, okay, like, if you do it in like 2011, he wrestled Triple H. 2012 was Hell in a Cell. So maybe 2013 WrestleMania 29. The Rock was looking for a corporate champion. So I think it would have made a lot of sense if SummerSlam 2013 was a little bit different, where John Cena turned heel on Daniel Bryan and aligned with the Authority. And Triple H and John Cena coerced this big scheme to where essentially they embraced the whole John Cena being the corporate guy and Daniel Bryan being the handpicked guy by the fans. John Cena says, "You're choosing Bryan over me. You've booed me for years." Like the same promo he cut on Raw, but at least you have Daniel Bryan the same way you have Cody Rhodes, where you do have a fan favorite that the fans can get behind. Now, obviously, with this being SummerSlam 2013, you do have a whole lot of stuff that obviously probably from a creative standpoint does change. But again, there's still a whole lot there with Batista coming back. They did do that title unification match with Randy Orton. Randy Orton was part of the Authority. So do they still have Randy Orton as part of the Authority? Do they do maybe John Cena or Randy Orton do a two-man power trip with the Authority, where John Cena is the WWE champion, Randy Orton is the World Heavyweight champion, and then WrestleMania 30, you have two world title matches instead of one, where maybe you do have Batista versus Orton, but then you have Daniel Bryan getting his win back over John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 30. I think that could have worked. I think that would have been interesting to see them lean into the whole John Cena being the guy handpicked by the machine in the WWE, which leads me to the very, very last one that would have worked just as well. But again, there's so much from the booking perspective that happens afterwards that might have convoluted everything, but it could have worked. Money in the Bank 2011, John Cena, CM Punk. CM Punk's contract was up. He was going to leave with the WWE Championship. And what if John Cena turned heel? And again, this being in Chicago, by the way, would have worked tremendously. John Cena turned heel to retain the title, align with Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, kind of pre-Authority with Triple H, but maybe like a new corporation for the new generation of fans. Um, where John Cena is the handpicked guy, which is similar to the Attitude Era, where The Rock was the handpicked guy in Vince's corporation. So maybe you build a faction around that. Maybe CM Punk gets his retribution at the Royal at WrestleMania or Survivor Series, because again, you do have that once in a lifetime match coming up with The Rock. So does he? So if you do have John Cena still the champion, does he go into WrestleMania 28 as a champion? And does he beat The Rock in Miami? And maybe The Rock doesn't win in his first match back. Um, so I don't know. It's um, very cloudy in terms of the booking and how it would work. But those were like three scenarios to me that stood out where I think you could have had John Cena turn heel sooner. And after watching that promo, I feel like we were robbed of something that would have been amazing. Like a decade ago, would have been completely amazing. And we were robbed of it. All because Vince needed to have John Cena do a bunch of Make-A-Wish stuff. So, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of John Cena's promo on Raw. Again, John Cena and Cody Rhodes will be on Raw in Glasgow. I'm hoping they're going to touch more on the whole selling his soul thing with The Rock and The Rock's involvement. They didn't really do that here in this promo. So, again, what do you guys think of John Cena's Cody Rhodes' first promo since the Elimination Chamber? And do you agree with me of when John Cena should have turned heel? Comment below. And as always, I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.